Ladies, this is how you detach so you can attract your healthy masculine energy man.
We're going to go through 3 things that are going to actually help you detach from the wrong guy or the wrong situation so you can clear energetic space and attract your amazing provider husband that wants to marry and spoil the crap out of you.
Let's jump right into it.
Okay, so point number 1, ladies, you have to, and for those lovely ladies that are new here, what's up? I'm Natasha.
And I'm Brian.
I was a former single mom with 4 kids, went through a whole bunch of trauma and loss. If you're interested in learning more about dating and relationships and feeling good in your body again, I'm talking your hormones, your nervous system, all of that.
Click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos and content.
You have to decide to stop with the struggle love patterns. Like, you actually have to decide this. The thing is, if you keep normalizing struggle love, which we have done because we see our parents do it, maybe everyone around you is struggling in dating and marriages, with divorce, with baby daddy drama, with situationships, you have normalized that. And because you have normalized that subconsciously, those types of situations keep playing out in your reality. So the first point is you have to decide that you are so worthy to live in a different pattern, to attract a man that wants to marry you, spoil you, and show up consistently for you.
And for most people, struggle love comes normal.
Yeah.
It's comfortable. You don't have to do any work
Yes.
to get into a struggle love situation because
Yeah.
you've seen that around you.
Mhm.
You know the people that, know the people that are in relationships that are struggle love. So
Yeah.
it comes naturally, unfortunately, to most people.
Yeah.
But when you put the work in and when you separate yourself from those situations, from those type of people, from that environment,
Yeah.
now you have to put the work in so you can get the type of love that you really desire,
Yeah.
but you just haven't seen many examples of it. So for most people, it's just easier and more comfortable to be in those struggle love situations.
Exactly. But we're detaching from that today, right, ladies? Yes. Just decide right now. Yes, we're done with that. Even if you don't know how or when, don't worry. We got you. This is an area we specialize in, and we have helped so many women get engaged and married and come out of horrible divorces and situationships and are really living their best soft girl life now. Okay. So we got you. So point number 2, you want to detach. You will not be able to detach until you heal and re-regulate your nervous system. So this is when you are thinking you want to go no contact, you want to break off that situationship that's been dragging out for 5 years. You guys have been on and off, going back and forth, trauma bonding, right? Or you keep attracting the same types of guys and you're wondering why you're still playing in these patterns. And it's because you need to heal and re-regulate your nervous system so you stop normalizing that survival stress mode, you being in your masculine energy, and you can be in your soft, magnetic, feminine energy that it is so potent and so attractive to healthy masculine men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so important as well to re-regulate that nervous system because what happens is we talk about it all the time. You start functioning in that anxious or avoidant pattern, and your nervous system's all over the place when you're talking about being in the area of relationships,
Yeah.
dating, and you're anxious in those situations because your nervous system hasn't been re-regulated.
Yeah.
It's all the old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things, old ways of being in relationships you default back to because you don't have new information. You haven't embodied any new way of thinking. So it's important to re-regulate that nervous system, to embody it, not just to get, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. Because when you're trying to use willpower, that only takes you so far. It's embodying that re-regulating of the nervous system with new information and with new people around you.
And so when we're talking about re-regulating your nervous system, it's actually rewiring your subconscious mind, actually rewiring your neural networks. And that takes repetition. It takes a lot of inner work, and it's something that we really specialize in the Feminine Energy Academy. But the one thing I want you ladies to catch is this is not just a one time, oh, I know something different now. I'm going to do things differently now, and that's it. No, this is a process. Okay. Because a lot of times women, they'll join our programs, they get super excited. they're seeing results, within the first week, first couple months, and they're like, oh, I'm good.
Right.
And then they're like, okay, I don't need this anymore, I'm good. And then you'll notice you fall back into your old patterns. You start, being triggered, feeling anxious and stressed, start emotionally eating, start procrastinating, start giving the guy that doesn't deserve all these chances so many chances. We know this because we coach these ladies all the time. So it is a process, but if you don't actually take time to truly reprogram your subconscious mind, all those affirmation videos you're doing, all those, vision boards that you're doing, all those things, none of it is going to even work because your subconscious mind, your nervous system is out of alignment. Okay. And so that's your capacity to receive and really be and normalize that healthy relationship with men. And by the way, with money, because those two things mirror each other.
And it's so important you said that this is a process, because understanding this process doesn't have an assigned end date. So you're not going to say, okay, I'm going to come in and then in 12 days I'll get what I need, or in 20 days I'll get what I need. What you have to understand is you're investing in yourself, and you're investing in changing the way you think, changing your in reprogramming your nervous system. So this investment doesn't have a time frame on it because it's ongoing. Just like when you're in a relationship, you're continuing to learn more about yourself, more about that person. You're growing. We have ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy who've been married 20, 30 years. They're continuing to grow. They don't know it all. And that's what you have to understand. When you're looking to get to a certain place within yourself, it's ongoing and the information never stops. So just allow yourself to come in and relax when you come in the Feminine Energy Academy. Relax and get what's needed, because we're always updating, and you owe it to yourself if you desire to be married, or if you desire to re-regulate your nervous system and do things differently, to be able to invest the time and resources needed so you can see those changes.
And so I'm about to turn 40. It's my 40th birthday weekend. And this morning I woke up and I was so grateful to myself. I'm so grateful to God, and I'm so grateful to myself because I chose this a few years ago. There's a lot of women that wake up and they're 40 and they're 50 and they're 60 and they're 70 and they're like regretting their life, or they're regretting their life choices because they didn't invest into themselves. They kept playing in the same patterns of struggle love, of suffering, struggle money, struggling with your body. And I'm like, no, I decided a few years ago, not only for myself, but for my kids, that we were going to live a different life despite the trauma that I had been through and that they had been through. So this is my cry for you ladies, that choose yourself, invest into yourself. And if you're struggling financially or you're struggling with your relationships, you can't afford not to invest into yourself, because what will happen is you will keep playing in these patterns, and the trauma that you don't heal, these patterns that you don't heal in dating and relationships and with money, you're going to pass it down to your kids, and then it becomes their problem.
And before we get to the third point, it's important for you not to try to figure out the end of this thing. Like, okay, what's going to happen when this happens? So give me a rundown of everything that I'm going to get, everything I need. No, first is about the awareness, understanding, you know what, Coach Tosh, that's me right there. What you're talking about is me. And if that's the thought that you have as you're listening, then the next step is to say, okay, now I'm going to take this step because this is what I need. You're not going to figure it out before you join. You're not going to figure it all out before you jump in and start listening. But the awareness of understanding this is where I'm at, that lets you know that you're in the right place.
Well, and even with us, Brian was amazing when I first met him. He was like everything that I wanted in a husband and a father, but he wasn't stepping up to the plate. This would have turned into a situationship. If I would have allowed it, it would have turned into a situationship, because, he was used to being a bachelor. He was used to getting whatever he wanted, right? And so for me, and this is why it's so important for us ladies to have that awareness and to be more attached to the idea of getting married to a healthy man that's ready for marriage, that wants to provide and protect you, than getting attached to any man, period. Okay. And I promise you, when you surrender it to God and you do the inner work that we teach you, because I had to do this too, you'll be able to separate yourself and stay detached from men until there is a ring on your finger and until you have vetted them and you know which man is ready for actual marriage.
And this is such a
Yeah.
good point because even for our ladies that are older, maybe in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even your 60s,
Yeah.
or if you've been in long term relationships
Yeah.
and you're like, it's just too much work, the time is ticking,
Yeah.
whatever the case is, right now is the time because we
Yeah.
see ladies,
Yeah.
we have ladies in our FEA that are in their 60s that are rotationally
Yes.
dating, that are attracting all of these
Yep.
men. So many ladies in their 40s and 50s that are, taking care of themselves, that are attracting these men that have options because of the work that they've done.
Yeah.
So I don't care how long you've been in a situationship,
Yeah.
how old you are. Now is the time because again, you look up 2, 3, 5 years have passed, and now you're in a situation where you're looking like, okay, is it even worth it now?
Yeah.
And now you lose hope as time goes on. But to make the decision and to make the choice today for yourself, not for anyone else, not for your situationship, not feeling like you owe someone else something. Do it for yourself because your kids and the people that are around you will benefit from it as well.
And the thing is, a lot of times women avoid dating for marriage because they don't want to be disappointed. Because you've been through stuff. This is the whole point of nervous system healing and re-regulating, where you can show up on the dating scene with it's like a fresh, clean slate. It's like you have amnesia to your past. So, and you're just practicing. I teach ladies, like, you're just practicing anyway. And the other thing you have to realize is times have completely changed and it's all in your favor now, babe, right? Like, people look and feel younger than ever before. People are living longer than way ever before. And that brings me to my third point is we can date internationally now. And so for my third point, in order for you to stay detached, put yourself in front of different types of men. And one of the best and easiest ways to do that nowadays is to online date. Put yourself online. Now, you might end up meeting your husband at the grocery store. We've had ladies do that. Or you might meet your husband online from a different country. And in our experience, coaching so many women from across the globe, we've had so many women meet their husbands, like us, internationally. But it does take a skill set and it does require you actually be willing to put yourself out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
and being willing to put yourself out there is the main thing because it's so easy to say, okay, it's not the man, it's not this area, it's not whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But one thing we always say is, look at where you're at. Is this where you desire to be? In the area of relationship, in the area of money, and if it's not, then you have to be willing to do something different. And it's so many great men out here that want to get married, that want to spoil you, that want to take care of you. The first thing is nervous system re-regulating and making sure you're positioning your nervous system to receive, because you can be around these men, but if your nervous system isn't used to it, or if it's off, then you won't be in position. You won't be seen by them because your energy won't be giving. So you have to make sure you do the energy work first, but then be open. Be open to different type of guys that speak different languages, whatever it is, because these guys are here. And when you limit yourself to, okay, I'm only going to talk to guys on the west side of Detroit. Okay, I'm only going to talk to guys over here. I'm only going to talk to guys that are 6 feet and above. You're limiting yourself from guys that are actually ready and guys that want to marry and take care of you. So it's really about opening up your mind and understanding that the pool of guys that you've dated up to this point is just a small percentage of the guys that are out here. And when you expose yourself, just like the ladies in our Feminine Energy Academy, it'll be so many guys coming at you that you'll have your choice of who you desire to be with, instead of that struggle love where it's like, well, okay, he's the only one that approached me, so I guess he's the one for me. You don't have to settle.
No, you don't have to settle. And then on the flip side, we have a lot of women that we coach where they have so many men that they're attracting now after they do their inner work. And then so now we have to help them with their nervous system re-regulating around which man to choose, because that can feel really overwhelming when you have multiple men that want to date and marry you and be exclusive with you. If you're not used to that, it will feel dysregulating. So that's also when you want to really get that inner healing, so you can allow the right man in, so you don't self-sabotage that as well. Yeah. And so the biggest thing I want you ladies to catch is you're going to feel a lot more confident when you have strategy, when you're not feeling like you're doing this by yourself, when you have coaches like us to help you, when you're around other women who have been where you've been. For example, this weekend, we are featuring another woman in our Feminine Energy Academy that recently got married at 53 years old. It's actually Coach B's sister. Okay. She was divorced, a single mom who started dating in her 50s and is now married to the most amazing provider, masculine energy man, living her best life. But it did not just happen. She was so intentional doing the stuff that we teach. And we just have so many examples of women like this. But you have to decide that you are worthy and you are ready to do things differently.
And for the boss ladies that are out here, she's a PhD. She's been, had success in the area of in the work area for years and years. So it's not just ladies that are just looking for husbands. She was okay as far as being able to take care of herself and her family, but she recognized that if she wanted to have a man who's actually a provider, energy man come into her life, that she had work to do. She'll go into detail with just explaining her process, her thought process, and her tools that she used, and exactly step by step what she did. So ladies, definitely jump into the Feminine Energy Academy right now. Free 7-day trial. You can jump in, you can jump on the call. Definitely, this will change your life.
And we'll also leave the link to the replay. If you're watching the replay here, we'll leave the link to our Dating for Marriage program. If you want help with your dating profile, this is something we specialize in. We're really, really, really good at helping women with their dating profiles. You want help with long distance dating. You want help with just healing your nervous system, mastering detachment, doing the inner child healing, mastering your potent feminine energy. You want help with communicating, learning how to communicate with the masculine in the dating stage all the way through the marriage phase. You want help with your hormones, ladies, and your weight loss so you can feel confident and not be anxious and stressed. That is what the Feminine Energy Academy is about. So we will leave the links for you below. And also just let us know what questions you have. We love you, ladies.